Happy New Year to everybody. A lot of people have been asking me for the last 10-15 days that I've created a purpose in life, but I don't know why I keep getting distracted from it, or I'm unable to fulfill a purpose, or some obstacle comes in my way, and then I say, okay, let me just reduce it to a few goals. So, firstly, let me clarify what do we mean by purpose. Purpose is something which is endless. Purpose is something that you give your life to. Now, if there is one thing I want to tell you, that purpose is something that pulls you out of your bed. Purpose is something which will not let you sleep. Purpose is something that you're thinking about every time. Purpose is something that whenever you are, wherever you are, even if you're on a vacation, that is the lens you're wearing and you're looking at the world from that purpose. Now, what happens to most people? What happens to most people is they are unable to take nonsense in life. If you want to know that how you want to fulfill any purpose in life, the answer is how much nonsense are you willing to take? Now, what do I mean by nonsense? Very simple. There have been times a client gives me time for a meeting and he doesn't show up. It has happened to me so many times. There have been times I had promised a client that, this will be done, or you will make 25% profit in a year. The client has made 50%. I didn't receive any thank you. Now that is the nonsense I took. There have been times where I didn't have money and I was still all right. I didn't have money to buy a new car. I made do with a smaller car or a cheaper car, and I'm willing to take that nonsense. If you want to fulfill any purpose, the only answer is how much nonsense can you take? And how less nonsense will you give out to the world? Now, it doesn't mean that if you are taking nonsense from people, you also start giving nonsense to people. And how much less reaction you'll have to the nonsense you take. People will break promises. People will say they will meet you and they won't meet you. People will say they will be your client and they won't be your client. People will say they will guide you and they don't guide you. People will say they will support you and they won't support you. There will be people who will be criticizing you all the time. However, if you're willing to take that nonsense, my friend, then your time will come. And if you're not willing to take that nonsense, you'll stop. You'll not cut down your purpose, you'll alter your purpose. You'll say, "Arey, ye nahi ho sakta." You'll start making the world wrong. You'll start making people wrong. The other bit is when these people don't show up in your life, when they don't fulfill the promises they said they will, are you making them wrong? Now, as soon as you do that, you start carrying the load of all that and you start getting distracted from the purpose. Versus if you're willing to take that nonsense and you say, this is life, that's all right. And then you move on and again take the next action, which is in alignment with your purpose. That's the only answer, if you ask me, to fulfill on your purpose. All right, everybody. Happy New Year once again.